The interesting thing about this walk was that I was getting quite a bit of information on the living people as well as the dead. When I was in the kitchen, I encountered a living woman's energy. I placed her at approximately my age or slightly younger. Seemed extremely upset and desperate because she's had experiences her whole life. And the thing was that she had this underlying thought that she was somehow to blame for these experiences manifesting. She feels responsible for her kids having freakouts. So she kind of feels like because it runs in her family, she's kind of at the root of the problem.
You okay? When you're able to, just explain to Amy how you're feeling.
I do blame myself. I worry about Hayden. I'm his mom. I'm supposed to protect him, and I can't. I knew there was some in here before my parents bought the house. I didn't think it would be this bad.
And if I had known, I would have reacted much earlier. This is horrible.
So when I went into the basement, I saw 2 dead males. The first male, who's in his 50s or 60s, he may have owned this property at one time. The second guy was younger, 30s or 40s. And I couldn't get how exactly he was connected to the property, but he bothered me a great deal. I got that he had some severe mental issues when he was alive. I knew that there was some kind of a relationship between these 2 men, but I didn't understand what kind of relationship. Whatever it was, though, there was a lot of anger there. And I saw them fighting and yelling. I heard the sound of a gunshot, and I wasn't sure which male it was coming from, but I did get the overwhelming feeling of death. And I think that one died first and then the other one died later. Felt like the younger one committed suicide.
I'm pretty sure I know what she's talking about. There was a murder here in the 1930s that had direct ties to the owners of this property.
A woman named Martha Morgan used to own this land, and she had a cousin through marriage named Delbert Green.
Now, apparently this guy was a real nut job. On January 4th, 1930, Delbert and his wife Gladys got into a huge fight. Now, Delbert got violent with her. Gladys told him she wanted a divorce, took their 4-month-old kid, and took off. She came right down the block from this house. Delbert grabbed a pistol and tracked Gladys down here. When he arrived, he got into a huge argument with Gladys' stepfather, James. Delbert pulled out a gun and shot James, and he dropped dead. He was 40 years old. James is dead, but Delbert's not finished yet. He's just getting started. Matter of fact, he ends up killing his wife, Gladys, and her mother, Lola. Then he fled. Huge manhunt for this guy. You said you picked up on a possible suicide.
Oh, yeah.
So Delbert knows he's gonna get caught, so he tried killing himself.
But he failed.
Cops show up, obviously, and they arrest him. Now, you said the guy had mental issues, right? Delbert pled insanity, and matter of fact, the psychiatrist gave a diagnosis to the court saying he was crazy, but they wound up killing him anyway. Delbert was executed by a firing squad on July 10th, 1936. He was 28 years old. I managed to track down a photo of Delbert's mugshot. Now, do you think Delbert could be the younger guy you saw down in the basement?
Yes.
Now, do these 2 guys in the basement affect the living?
Yes, but the experiences are mainly coming from this younger male. So he'll literally touch you and your whole, like, say your shoulder just goes like almost numb from how cold the cold he's projecting. And he's got a real problem with women. Also, he's very good at projecting his emotions. He's like, get out of here. He just feels it and pushes it out, and you will feel that get out. He's very, very sick person.
Some stuff here you hit on is a lot of what they're experiencing.
Now, you said he has a problem with women. Do me a favor, tell Amy what happens to you in here.
I mean, if I'm in this house longer than 20 minutes, I get brutally hit.
Amy, you said this guy can also project cold.
Convey the story that Justin had told me, I'm sure you know.
Justin was laying in bed one night, and he could feel like this cold breath, and all of a sudden his whole body got cold.
What kind of danger is Justin in that he's here by himself?
Is he healthy?
Yeah, but he's depressed. I mean, for multiple reasons. I mean, with the situation we're in.
Amy, you said this guy could project emotions. Do you think he's making Justin depressed?
Yes. He could absolutely be picking up on that. I think you could also see this young guy. More than likely as like a shadowy figure. He also can leave the home.
Did both of them leave?
No, just the younger male.
Now, you told me, Craig, that you
See shadow figures at your house.
All the time. All the time. This large shadow thing stands in the doorway, and we just cannot get away being alone.
So they have a lot of these experiences from the younger guy. Would they have any from the older guy?
He has a really hard time interacting with living people. He is currently in the process of being absorbed by the wall. So he's kind of stuck down there, and he's, essentially becoming part of the house and losing his consciousness to the house. And I did have a sketch done.
Craig, oh, it's gonna blow your mind after what you told me.
Oh my God. This is hideous. My grandson tells us in that basement that there is a person or a thing, puts his arms like this and falls back into the wall. This validates Hayden.
All right, so how come this guy's stuck in the wall in the basement?
This is not what he wants to be having happen to him. He's being pulled into the wall by shadow people.
All right, so now we got shadow people. What's the story with them?
The house is being overrun with shadow people. Here's what's happening. In the green room,
It's Hayden's room.
a doorway was opened to their dimension, which I've never seen before, and frankly, terrifies me. They'll grab your legs and your feet, your hands, your wrists. This is bad and bad. I got paranoid that any living person that's in that room could potentially be dragged physically into the closet by these things.
He has had a shadow person crawl up underneath his blanket, saying he wants to be his friend. Obviously, I told him no. Don't talk to him. They're not your friend.
I really hated being in that room, and I was only in there for 5 minutes, and it made me sick. And I've never seen a doorway like that before.